Greetings. So this is a new thing for me. I've never really recorded a video before. Ever since listening to myself speak on a French oral exam at around 16, I've really not liked the sound of my voice. So I'm unlikely to even watch this video. I've been thinking a lot lately, not about the lockdown, despite all my posts on Facebook. I've been thinking a lot lately about how crazy everything's been, even during lockdown, at a time when you think that people would have far bigger concerns than some of the things that, to most normal everyday people seem just so crazy to think about, and so beyond, what we consider to be important or of meaning in our everyday lives. So I don't know if people are aware, but we're on maybe the second or possibly the third month now, who can tell, of J.K. Rowling being viciously attacked online by the gay press, by gay people, by LGBTQ allies, by all the kids who she sprung to fame on with, through the movies made from her books. Everyone's basically denounced J.K. Rowling. She's hateful, she's a transphobe, she's a bigot. Um, Shops are stopping selling her books. And I don't know if anybody's read J.K. Rowling's tweets, but there's been nothing said that's been hateful. Really, the only thing that J.K. Rowling has done is assert that there is some meaning to biology and to sex. So we now live in an age where sex and gender are viewed as two very different things. And I do have issue with this as a same-sex attracted gay man. The leading LGBT organisation, Stonewall, has recently changed some of its definitions. So gender, as those of you who've been following any of this will know, gender now doesn't just mean male and female. A woman, as gender is concerned, could be, anybody who says they're a woman, and the same for a man. Sex is different, isn't it? It's immutable. It's how you're born. So we to discuss and describe sex and gender as completely different things. So Stonewall's definition of gender includes men and women who view themselves as being the opposite sex. And its definition of homosexual changed from being same-sex attracted to same-gendered attracted. So we have women being attacked viciously online, by men, usually, but also women. But there's a lot of men doing it, gay men and other men, who are attacking women online, calling them TERFs and other words that dehumanize them, to justify attacking women. It's misogyny. It's disgraceful. And it really needs to stop. You can't bully people online and then claim to have the moral high ground. If you disagree with what somebody says, that's absolutely fine, and you're more than welcome to not listen to and to not watch anything that you dislike. But to attempt to silence women and to have them fired just for saying that they believe that being a woman is more than just a feeling, it's insane. And to tell gay people that they are same gendered attracted and that gender must include trans men and trans women is homophobic. I am same-sex attracted, and there is a reason why a growing number of gay and lesbian people are feeling completely removed from the LGBTIQA plus community, from the ideology, from queer theory. I'm gay, not queer. If somebody else wants to refer to themselves as being queer, that's absolutely fine. But you don't get to call me queer. You don't get to decide what's acceptable for me to be called. So you can call me queer, and that's not hate speech. But if I say that I think a trans man isn't a woman, if I say I think a trans man is a woman, then I'm transphobic. But to change the definition of being gay to have to include people of the opposite sex is homophobic. So I no longer view myself as being part of the LGBTQI plus community. I'm just a gay man, same-sex attracted. There's nothing fancy enough about how I view myself to want to lumber myself in with people who are literally looking for offence in everything. The rainbow recently it's been a bit hijacked by the NHS, and I've been quite glad of that, because for a while it was becoming nothing but a symbol of aggression online. So really, I just been making this today because I can't be coping with any of what I'm seeing happening. The gay movement has been bound to the trans movement, when really the two movements clearly do not run together. When lesbian spaces have been invaded by men who have penises still, but who are calling themselves lesbians, and lesbians have been called transphobic if they don't recognise those female penises, that's rape culture to me. There's a reason why there is a movement called Get the L Out, where lesbians want to assert their same-sex attraction. It's one thing, I suppose, for somebody who has transitioned to try and say that they are a woman. It's another thing for somebody who has a penis to be using terms like cotton sealing to label same-sex attracted gays and lesbians as being transphobic just by nature of their same-sex attraction. No, that's homophobia. So I just think we need to be a little bit more realistic about how we view ourselves, and how much importance we think that really has outside of our own mind. It doesn't really matter what anybody else thinks of me. I'll just live my life. And I think most people are like that. Most normal people